stay dedicated, know what your worth is, if you're able to just focus, stay disciplined, you are able to accomplish what you can. Sky is definitely not the limit. So shoot high and, you will get there one day. Believe in yourself.
Hey, what's up, good people? Deno from the GoldMineShow. Absolutely excited just to come to you. Today we come from the Kasarani Sports Stadium where we've been running the National Times Trials. There is on swimming, that is. And really, that's the greatest we have in the land. I guess it just brings all the great swimmers this country is proud to have. And I'm excited just to introduce one who had to fly all the way in. And I want to know why she had to fly all the way from Arizona. Is it Arizona? What is that?
Arizona,
Yeah. Very good. So I have Muteti with me, one of the finest swimmers the country has. So good to have you on the show today.
Absolutely appreciate that.
Yeah, how's that going?
Not too bad. Actually, glad that the meet's over right now. And time to just go back home, do some preparation for future meets here to come. But definitely amazing coming back home to get to race, homeland. It's always nice to be on home soil, racing and being like a good inspiration to the others, because I know I do lead as an example, because I know I've been there as a young swimmer, seeing the other athletes who were like older than me when I was young.
Right.
So knowing how this feels, I know it is a big moment for them to have me and the other bigger Kenyan swimmers in town.
And you're bang on, man. It's a big inspiration, and it's really good to just have you on. But just take me back to when you started swimming and also about the transition from the country just to go out, and why really you decided to go out.
I did go out because when I reached the point of I was about 18 years old, I knew if I wanted to become since I did have an Olympic dream, I knew that I would need to do something bigger than what I was offered here. And I knew by going back home and going abroad and, finding the better training and better swimmers who I can train with and better facilities, that would definitely put me in the spot I wanted to achieve.
But it was going well for you here?
It was going well. I did accomplish actually a lot, and one of actually my best swims were when I was still in the country. So it's just a matter of having something different and seeing what else can you do with the opportunities that you get given.
But you said something important. You knew you had a bigger goal than this platform goal Kenya was offering you.
Yeah.
And therefore you decided to pursue something greater.
Yeah. I did feel that way, just because after a while you do get to race here, and it's it's the same thing, the same times. And I have been blessed to be the athlete who's always been number 1 or 2 in the nation. So I knew if I was able to maintain that, and I knew I did have the discipline in me to further this, and I did also want it. So the athlete also needs to want it and know what their body can achieve above and beyond and stuff. So you do also have to have a focus on knowing what your goal is, and it's not just about leaving the country to go and look for better, but it's also more your hard work and you putting in the effort that makes you more of a better swimmer when you are out there and trying to make it work for you.
So, all modesty thrown away, man. You used to be number 1, number 2, number 1, number 2. Tell us 2, 3 things that you think you can leave with that kind of outcome for you, that you consistently remain right at the top.
I do have a dedication. I do have love for the sport. I know what I am capable of doing. I am a disciplined athlete. So when I had all that figured out and I knew what I'm able to accomplish, I knew it was just a matter of executing it at the right time, at the right point, at the right manner. So I knew it was just a matter of doing it at that given time. So I have been blessed to be able to it's always been just things have worked out on my side. And it's not only luck. I do wake up very early. I do train at 5 a.m. in the morning. Right. So all my work does not go in office. So even though I am consistent in being a top swimmer in the country, I have to give myself credit in that, because I do have a lot of time and effort, money, emotions being spent into this, and I do sacrifice a lot on my side. So I am proud to be able to say yes, I am.
And that's important, because a lot of people think that it's just about the talent.
Exactly.
And maybe few people just think it's talent, and but clearly it's more than talent
It's
for
more than
you.
talent, absolutely.
Yeah.
Talent does come, it does play a role into helping you,
Right.
but it doesn't give you everything.
Right.
You do have to work for it, and you do reap what you sow. I'm a big believer in that. So for anybody who out there probably thinking, oh, she's been a top swimmer for a while and everything, no, it's because I do sacrifice a lot, and there's a lot of work in the back that people don't see, because it's hours, countless of hours that goes just for me to put on a show here for 26 seconds, less than a minute.
Right.
So it is a lot of hours spent in the pool, years, no breaks and everything, and just a lot of dedication that goes behind this to make this event really special for the others.
So for you, it's more of the hard work greater than the talent. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah. But now moving across, did you move with a family? Did you move alone?
No, I did move alone. I did take that step ahead. I was like, I'm going to have to ride this solo and be like, because I did want to achieve, I did want to go and get my academics and not only just be there for the swim. So I knew the best place I could balance both was to go to America.
Right.
So I did that about 6 years ago.
Right.
And for me, it has been the best decision I have made so far. And I am glad to
Tell us more about that. It's been the best decision. Tell us about that.
I mean, I like it there more just because with the team atmosphere in America, it's more of like team sport stuff. You swim how it goes, and it's not more of like an individual. So you do have a group of athletes always backing you up in your events and always out there cheering for you and wanting the best for you. Right. Those early mornings, it's not only you. Everybody's in the same schedule. They got swim, they got class equally as you, and we're all together and we're all doing it and we're all wanting to achieve that one goal and all that. So that just makes it a better atmosphere for me as an athlete and also a student athlete.
Right. And just to find out, almost as we bring it to a close, what has that accorded you that this and back home did not accord you?
I feel like here it's more of like individual sport and how it's taken us, and everybody looks out for themselves instead of like, people are like, oh, this is like my competitor and stuff, and it's like, it's not viewed as like, I do want my competitors to also be out there and like wanting to go out for me, but I'm also happy for them because I do know how much work they did. So, I just swam the 50-free. I did come second on that, and it was my teammate Maria Greenland that I swam with, and
it was pretty close.
It was pretty close. I mean, it's always, it's not always a given. We do have to hustle and tussle here and there for that, even back in school.
Right.
So some days it's me, some days it's her. So it was just a matter of like, who wants to show up on that certain day, and I did give my best. That's all I had for tonight. Gassed completely. So.
And that's sports, man.
Exactly,
that is sports. Sometimes you lead, sometimes
absolutely. And a lot of people need to know that because it just makes it better environment for me and the other swimmers, and that's why I feel like with that type of attitude, you can't lose. You're always gonna be a fan for everybody. Everybody gonna love you.
Absolutely.
And
you become better eventually.
You do. It's you can't take somebody else's skill. They do it pretty. So sometimes you can't always be. That's what I always tell people is that being number one is not the hard part. It's maintaining the top. That's the hard. So
and you've done a pretty
like
good job at that.
Exactly. So people will be like, oh, you're first, and it's like it's hard. It is hard to maintain that, but I do believe in myself, in what I can accomplish. So I think like I do.
So if Kenya's Sports Federation, Swimming Federation particularly, was going to listen to this, what is the one or two things you would say change a bit of this in your approach to how you're doing it? What would that be so that they be generally better swimmers?
I do feel like, the communication first needs to improve. I don't really get to know much about what's happening in the Kenyan swimming or like upcoming swimmers. Like, those are not things like I get to see or something. Sending out newsletters of what's happening, or I don't have to go out of my way and be like, oh, let me go and see what's been updated on the website. If you want to keep people entertained, or for me to know like the swimmers out there, how they're doing, newsletter or something on an email, catch us, something to catch your athletes out there, because a lot of like the top swimmers don't live here. Yeah. So I feel like being able to communicate better for the swimmers out here and making it easier and efficient to communicate with us on time for us to be able to arrange to come here, because everything is self-funded. Right. So you can, for example, like when we this event has been changed, the time has been changed for the past 3-4 times since January. Yeah. So Nationals is going to be held in Feb, then move to April, then move to beginning of May, then move to end of May. Yeah. And I'm like,
it costs.
It's costing. It's not just you. If you're making me fly here, it's my pocket and stuff. So I feel like better communication and like just keeping other swimmers out there engaged with the other local swimmers, and doing that and just being able to be like, oh, you give me an inspiration to do the swimmers, so it'd be nice for you to have like a simple call or something, and just keep us updated.
Keep the connection going.
Keep connection going, and keep rooting for the others here, and just keep them high spirited. Man, maybe they could turn out to be like us one day.
Yeah. And talking about that, I'm sure even the coaches around would also want to bring out some Emily Muteti. What do you want to say to the coaches locally if they were hoping then also to develop some of the greatest talents, just like yourself?
You do have to learn. You have to go out of your way to you can always lean on what you think is good, but also you also can learn from the athletes out there. Reaching out to them and saying, oh, what is something else you have been learning or what you're doing that you think might help with this? So, if you want help, you also have to reach out and not just me being like, coming here once and be like, oh, what do you think of this? These are things that take progress and stuff. So you also have to step out and put yourself out there and, make yourself just reach out through emails and stuff like that. And it's an email, we can all communicate. And I don't think if it's something to do and we want to help and become a better federation or better nation, it has to start with somebody, So if they're able to do that and, learn from other swimmers who are there, I could share my 2 cents here and there. And, hopefully that's just a tip for somebody to take home and just practice and, it gets them to where they can.
And many parents sometimes debate when they see the talent in their kids, they don't know whether to keep them here or what more they could do for their kids. What would you say to those parents when they definitely want to produce some Emily Muteti?
They do, and I mean, it's not a bad thing or anything. At the same time, I do feel like a lot of parents here emphasize too much on school, and then they let their kid go. And the kids can swim to a certain grade and be like, okay, it's time to focus more on your school, and then they start pulling up the child.
Exams coming up.
And start and sometimes it's okay, if your child does not want to pursue swimming like that as they're getting older, then that's understandable. But if your child is actually, you can find ways to balance this for your child as they're able to swim at the same time accommodate with school.
Oh, you can be any sport.
In any sports, so and that, because the thing is that the only reason I'm saying that is because that's the way I got my way to go to America. I'm on a full ride scholarship, highly blessed with that, and now I can say I am a graduate with 2 degrees and I'm getting my master's at the same time. I'm still doing good in my swimming. So, never just think that academic might be the only way. It's okay for your child to explore the route of also being a student athlete. It can lead them into something bigger out there and see what the world has to offer.
And what was your pathway to the scholarship, if I may just ask?
I did have to, because I was a good swimmer by then, so all I needed to do is meet certain standards, because there's different ways of getting to American. We have Division 1, 2, 3. So depending on how your times are and stuff, you get into this portal, and you get to
what portal is that?
It's an international portal where swimmers get to put in their times when they're done in high school or something, like a year or 2 before, and then they get to go through them to the portal to see if there are schools that they're interested into. So they send through the profile, and coaches get to reach out to the athletes and stuff, and then you guys talk about what the progress is going to be. And I was able, that's what a lot of international swimmers do, and then you get yourself to a scholarship, or you can either be on a swim scholarship or athletic scholarship or academic scholarship, and then just builds you up there, and you end up building a future for yourself.
I'm sure there are many parents asking, do you want to mention the name of that portal? I'm sure there are a couple of that.
I'm not really sure what it is, but I'll definitely get back to you about it.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Yeah. And it's going good, man.
Absolutely.
Really excited. Thank you so much for just making the time, and congratulations for what you are. And certainly you have inspired so many athletes out here. And I know, not just in the swimming space, but actually general athletic space, because we like you just said, it's not everyone who will turn out great from an academic side of things. Many of us have got all these different fronts, and it's important that we nurture every part of it.
Absolutely.
And thank you for being a towering light out there, man. We're truly proud of you.
Thank you.
Keep doing the amazing work, man. Your parting shot to all the wonderful swimmers watching you.
Final word to the swimmers out there.
Yep.
Stay dedicated. Know what your worth is. If you're able to just focus, stay disciplined, you are able to accomplish what you can. Sky is definitely not the limit. So shoot high, and you will get there one day. Believe in yourself and believe on what you can do. Absolutely.
Fantastic. I'm sure once we air this, you're just going to go online and just remind us the name of that.
I'll be like,
product,
oh, absolutely.
so that
Okay,
then we
right
can
back
then
to you.
support as many as we can. All the best. And what does the future look like? Aiming for something up there?
Right now, my goal is make it well this summer, and then Paris is looking promising. I do have a year to train, so that's definitely my goal.
We're rooting for you, man. Rooting for you. Go for Raven, and we are all right behind you, man. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate it, man. Well, folks, I hope that has been helpful to you. Muteti, man, she's all the way at the top, and I hope that her sharing her journey with you inspires you, encourages you, and gives you a bit of direction on what it takes to become not just a swimmer, but a great athlete. Man, as she says, it's not just purely about academics, it's a balance, man. You've got to balance with the gift you've got. You could be a soccer guy, could be a swimmer, whatever it is, whatever your craft is, don't you forget it, man. You cannot suspend your gifts just purely because of academics. You've got to find a way of putting in the work for both of them. And as she says, talent is a good opening balance, but it's not just about everything. You've got to put in the work, you've got to put in the discipline, you've got to follow your heart all the way. And until next time, we invite you to keep following us on the Goldmine Show on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and everywhere else, on TikTok. But most importantly, man, keep working on the greatness that is on the inside of you. And as Emily says, when you want greater, you've got to reach out, my friend. So keep reaching out and keep seeking for knowledge that truly helps you. Until next time, God bless you. And as we say on the Goldmine Show, keep it coming.